I don't think I thought of being my husband's carer as such for quite a long time. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's about 13 years ago, and because it's progressive, the things I have to do to him become more, but it creeps up on you. You don't realise you're doing it. And I still don't think I thought of myself as his carer. I'm his wife, so there were things that you would automatically do. But I think in the last couple of years, I have had to use that title of carer far more because, well, that's what he needs, but he's still my husband. Parkinson's is a strange condition insofar as no 2 days are alike. But I get up around 5:30 to 6 o'clock because Peter needs moving. When he has been asleep, the body freezes, and I have to go in and wiggle his legs and pull him up and get him into a more comfortable position. And then I usually make a cup of tea, and then he has to have his first tablet of the day, which is supposed to be a tablet which kick-starts him so that we can then get him dressed. Doesn't often work, I'm afraid. If he does respond quite quickly, then it's getting him into the toilet and the shower. He can't always stand under the shower, so I give him a sort of quick wash with, thank God, baby wipes exist these days. But then I get him dressed. We can be anything. It has taken 2 hours sometimes to get him actually ready to come down in the mornings. We do have a stair lift, so I'm able to get him down here, and we utilise the wheelchair to get him into the main room, and eventually we will have our breakfast. And then the day grows from there, really. But because he freezes, he calls on me an awful lot to move his feet, move his hands, and his hands don't work, so sometimes I just have to give him a drink through a straw or something like that. Yes, I literally now do practically everything for him. I have to dress him, have to help him with his drinking and cut his food at times. And we have a chiropodist who comes to look after his feet. I've had to take over everything in the house, whereas he used to do getting the rubbish bins out and things like that. He can't do any of that now. So, yes, you begin to really do everything. Fortunately, I have been quite healthy. I do have some medical problems which seem under control. So I don't think about it too much, really. I can't say him having Parkinson's has impacted on my condition. I think my sleep pattern gets interrupted. But yes, I do have to think about myself, because he would be in a lot of trouble if I became ill or I hurt myself or anything like that. But I do my best. I've tried to think about what might be positive about being a carer, and I can't say I really can think of a lot. I don't think it's a situation anybody really wants to find themselves in when you are looking after someone who is close to you, like your husband or a child. It's a situation that you just have to accept. You do get closer because you do obviously do so much for each other. But I'm afraid I can't really think of an awful lot of positives. There are negatives because your life changes so much. I know Peter panics if I'm not around. When he retired, I think we looked forward to doing so many things that we hadn't done. We used to walk. We enjoyed bird watching. But there came a time when Peter couldn't hold binoculars or things like that. He couldn't possibly walk anywhere. And even just going out on a car journey is very difficult these days. So, no, I'm sorry. I can't think of a lot of positives, I'm afraid. Yes, our relationship has changed. I find that he has become very loving because I think he appreciates what goes on, and he probably tells me more than we probably did before when we were rushing around just being busy people. But yes, it has changed, but we're still very close, and he has a wonderful sense of humour, so we do laugh together an awful lot, which I think goes a long way in any relationship. We're friends. We've been friends ever since we've known each other, so that goes a long way. I was very involved in local musical groups and amateur dramatics and things like that, which I've had to give up. I do still sing with a ladies' choir, and I'm fortunate that my son has made it part of his life that he is here on my rehearsal nights so that I can go out. And I've always loved going to the theatre, and again I always have to call on my son if I do anything like that to sort of stay with Peter, because the problem comes if he freezes. He then can't get to go to the toilet or anything like that. I've lost a lot of the pleasure of going out because I worry about him. And nobody looks after him quite like I do. Or he thinks so anyway. But yes, I've had to give up an awful lot in my life. But you just have to do it. There's no way out, really. I wouldn't want to see Peter put into a nursing home or something just because I can't go out. No, couldn't do that.